Haas F1 Team are the only United States-based Formula One team, and on a completely, totally unrelated note, they are also currently the worst Formula One team, having just finished in last place of all constructors this past F1 season. On top of being Formula One's current worst team and an embarrassment to the United States of America, Haas F1 Team just entered into further turmoil as they recently made the highly controversial move of firing their team leader Günther Steiner, pictured here cosplaying as a ship captain. Steiner is one of the main reasons why Haas F1 Team exists in the first place, as he convinced American billionaire Gene Haas, pictured here cosplaying as the scumbag Steve meme, to start up the team 10 years ago with Steiner as team principal, which is the top dog leadership position that Steiner held from the team's formation until he was canned on January 10th in favor of Ayao Komatsu, who'd been a member of Steiner's engineering staff since the team's inception. The move to fire Günther Steiner was seen as controversial for a number of reasons, including the fact that it happened a full month into the F1 offseason, which indicates this decision was made after Gene Haas had already originally decided to keep Steiner around for 2024, and the fact that Günther Steiner was inarguably the most valuable person at Haas F1 Team from a marketing and brand perspective on account of the immense popularity that he gained through being the de facto main character on Netflix's F1 docuseries Drive to Survive. Yes, Günther Steiner was somehow the third most popular team principal in Formula One, despite the team he led being the last place team and the teams of the only two more popular team principals, Christian Horner and Toto Wolff, being the first and second place teams. Impressive stuff, Günther, we miss you.
A bunch of wanko.
All that is to say, Haas F1 Team is currently in shambles and certainly not inspiring confidence in anyone at the moment. As much as it pains both me and my country to say it, last year's awful car, paired with this recent leadership shakeup, has me feeling more and more like Haas are on their way to a third last place finish in Formula One in the last 4 seasons, once this season is said and done. That is, unless someone can step in soon, knock some sense into Gene Haas, and return Haas to their rightful place on the grid, which is probably like P7 or something like that if we're being honest. But who could that person be? Well, according to this Haas job listing, that person is me, J-Bone. J-Bone! Yes, Haas are currently hiring for a chief operations officer based at their Banbury headquarters in England, who will serve as the right-hand person to their team principal Ayao Komatsu. And after reading the listing and consulting with my family, friends, and spiritual leaders, I've decided that I, J-Bone, am the perfect person to fill this role. Why? Well, let's go through this thing. All right, it starts off with Haas trying to make themselves seem cool to people who are interested in the position. MoneyGram Haas F1 Team is unique on and off the track. We don't follow the status quo, and we've made a name for ourselves as the team who does things differently. You sure have. You sure have. Not in the good way, though. You might have seen us on various media platforms or know that we're the only American-owned team on the Formula One grid, for now. But we're also more than that. We have 3 HQs, Kannapolis in the US, Banbury in the UK, and Maranello in Italy. That's just Ferrari's headquarters where you have some people at because they're your engine supplier, but whatever. Each staffed by passionate, loyal, and hardworking advocates who you like to fire. At Haas, you'll be involved in many different areas of the team, an assortment of projects, and plenty of hands-on experience while collaborating with some of the best minds in the world. I'm sold. I'm sold. All right, they need me. Let's move on to the general summary. MoneyGram Haas F1 Team is a growing company. Technically not, unless they've hired somebody since they fired Günther, in which case they're a shrinking company until they hire somebody else. I don't know. And we need someone to be the right-hand person to our team principal. It seems like if you're a Game of Thrones fan, they're looking for like a Hand of the King situation, which, I mean, J-Bone's maybe more set up to be king, but, you know, Hand of the King, I could make that work. We're searching for a chief operating officer, COO, who has strong leadership skills and the ability to help steer the business to achieve its strategic goals. This position will be based in Banbury, UK. I can make the commute. You know, I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but like, honestly, I have a 2008 Nissan Sentra that can probably get the job done. Just drive up from Wisconsin through Canada until it gets frozen drive across the frozenness. I'm not sure if the North Pole ice cap connects all the way down to England, but there's only one way to find out. The COO will lead our team of high-performing professionals to be efficient, productive, and effective. The ideal candidate has extensive experience within our industry, preferably having worked their way up to an executive role. While I am the president of Formula Bolen, and I do have plenty of experience in the F1 industry, so this is like a cakewalk here. I'm so qualified for this. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, I'm clearly going to work here. Like, this role is clearly perfectly suited for me. Let's move on to the general responsibilities to see what I'll be taking on. Side note, the more I look at this Haas job listing, the more it seems like they don't even want this position to be filled. Why? Because, for some reason, they aren't using the world's greatest hiring platform, Indeed, who are coincidentally also my sponsor. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place instead of spending hours on multiple job sites searching for candidates with the right skills like Haas are. Indeed is a powerful hiring platform that can help you do it all. Something I love about Indeed, and the reason I use it to hire, and Haas should be too, is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy, because Indeed's hiring platform matches you with quality candidates instantly. For instance, if Haas were using Indeed, my application would most likely get immediately sent to the top of the pile because I'm so clearly the man for the job, and Indeed's algorithm surely would know that. Indeed is truly an unbelievably powerful hiring platform and is the #1 source of hires in the US according to Talent Nest. Start hiring now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/FBone. Offer good for a limited time. Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/FBone. Just go to Indeed.com/FBone and support the show by saying you heard about it on this podcast. Indeed.com/FBone. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. So do Haas. Okay, there's kind of a lot of responsibilities here. Like a lot, which is not really ideal because I'm trying to just kind of come in and like vibe out and use that to change the company culture to make Haas successful and not like do a bunch of stuff. And also it's kind of weird because like most of these are just like corporate buzzwords. Develop strategies and oversees the execution of plans to establishing and operational budget. But I have cherry picked a few of these that I definitely could do. And so hopefully, once I get the interview, I'll just be like, yeah, like I'll do all the rest, but like here's really what I can focus on. One of those is overseeing the team's operating budgets, identifying and developing revenue streams, and implementing cost-saving opportunities. Now, what I'm going to do there is something that Haas has never done, and that's tell their drivers not to have $1 million+ crashes because, now stay with me here, if you have to spend less money repairing the car, you have more money to spend on other things. It's weird that Haas wouldn't have figured this out already, and they let Mick Schumacher have all these $1 million+ crashes, like in Saudi Arabia, like in, where was that, Monaco? That was a bad one. So yeah, first order business, tell the drivers not to crash. Mentor, train, and guide personnel as required. Now, as somebody who is pretty familiar with sim racing, I think I could do a pretty good job of letting the drivers know, like, hey, this is the right racing line to take here. Hey, like maybe the brake balance in this corner should be a little bit different than what you're using. I think I could provide another perspective there to the drivers. Champion a culture of performance, efficiency, safety, sustainability, and compliance. I mean, I'm a culture guy, okay? If I came in there, they'd be performing, they'd be efficient, they'd be safe, they'd be sustainable. Compliance is that's like a wink one, right? Like, oh, we'll be compliant. This is like, cycling in the early 2000s. Like if you ain't cheating, you ain't racing. Okay, we've seen this. We've seen this. I'm not gonna point fingers. Just saying, we've seen this. Okay, the next section is key responsibilities, which I thought we just did that. Those general responsibilities, I guess, was the other one. Now we're on key responsibilities. It doesn't seem ideal because it's just more responsibility when really, like I said, I want to come in and be like a vibes and culture guy, not like a, hey, you have to do this to keep the company running guy, which I guess based on how it's chief operations officer, I should be expecting more operation focused work. But either way, let's see what this is all about. Oversee all aspects of the team's day-to-day operations, including program management, IT, marketing, communications, facilities, HR, purchasing and travel, as well as other business infrastructure areas. Okay, so they're looking for somebody who can come in and run everything. Also, like if somebody's computer's not working, like tell them to turn it off and turn it back on, or like if their phone's not working, tell them to put it in rice. They need to run the social media accounts and also answer phone calls and also like take out the trash and clean the bathrooms and also fire people and do health insurance and also make sure the team is like getting around the world and then other things. It seems like a lot of work. Again, I wasn't expecting this to be this much work based on how Haas, they're in last place. Like, come on. Act as strategic partner on the leadership team. Easy. I'll just dish out high fives to everybody. Work closely with the team to ensure they are meeting performance expectations. Duh. That's like what I'm here for. Like I said, I'm going to whip them into shape. Oversee sustainability initiatives directed by FOM and FIA. Okay. I have driven a Tesla before, so I think I'm qualified there. Oversee the ad hoc projects as assigned. I'm not sure what that means, but I can probably do it. All right, now we're at the part of the job listing where they say what they're looking for, the experience and education, the skills you have. Let's see what we got. Bachelor's degree in business administration or other relevant disciplines. Well, I do have a journalism degree, journalism is business, and also a Spanish degree, which is relevant to all disciplines, so that's a check. Minimum 10 years in a Formula One management position with progressing leadership responsibilities. I don't have that, but like that can't be that important. Like they can probably just overlook that one. MBA preferred. I'm actually the only person in my family who doesn't have a master's degree. So again, that can probably be overlooked. And especially if I'm like, oh, my family, they have them. So like it's fine. Proficient in the use of modern data technology, particularly within a motorsport environment. I use my phone to film at the USGP. Strong financial acumen and budget management skills. I don't want to brag, but I do get 2% cash back on my bank account. International business experience. F1's an international sport, and I make F1 content. Duh. Solid grasp of data analysis and performance metrics. I've got that. I look at my YouTube numbers. Strong communication skills. Strong financial management, budget management. Excellent leadership skills. Ability to pass others, communicate effectively. Solid computer knowledge. Fellow work experience. Okay, there's so many things that they're looking for. Oh my God, why are they looking for so many things? I just want to come in and have fun and like lead the team to glory. Isn't so much to ask for. But okay, I mean honestly, as much as there's like a lot of crazy amount of things in here that I don't know if I'm qualified for, I think I'm pretty good. Like honestly, most of the things I might be like maybe not qualified for, I think they could overlook. Oh no. Oh God, no. This position may require lifting to 50 pounds, repeated bending, squatting, and manual dexterity. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't have much muscle on account of I live and sit only in this race car bed. I haven't stood up in like 4 years. So my muscles all kind of withered away, and 50 pounds seems like a lot. So I need them to overlook that one because there's no chance I'm doing that. Okay, when I entered this job listing, I did not expect for it to be so long. I thought it would just be like, hey, come on in, do some work, let's get it done. They seem to be looking for quite a lot of stuff. And I despite the fact that I may be lacking in terms of being able to carry out some of the responsibilities that they're looking for in a COO, some of the requisite skills and background and experience and weightlifting, I still think I'm the man for the job, okay? I invented Haas delusion syndrome, which is the most famous Haas-related medical condition, which is where you have this thought in your head that Haas are going to win every race, despite the fact that you know they're not, but you have the syndrome, so you think they are, and then when they lose, you're like, okay, next time, Haas are going to do it next time, and they never do, but you still think they do because you have Haas delusion syndrome. I also just want Haas to be good, right? Like I, as a fan of Haas, as an American, I want them to stop embarrassing my country, and I want them to do well. And if that's not something they're looking for in a COO, then they shouldn't hire me. And if it is, then they should overlook all the other stuff they're looking for and hire me, okay? So there you have it. I have applied to be Haas F1 Team's new Chief Operating Officer and Hand of the King. The next time you see me, I'll probably be sitting in Gunther Steiner's old chair on Drive to Survive. Oh yeah, and before I let you go, if you want to help keep Formula Bone around, I need to tell you about my new and improved YouTube channel membership tiers. For less than $5 a month, you can get your YouTube username on screen at the end of every video, just like these people's names are right now. You can get loyalty badges next to your name in YouTube comments and live chat, custom Formula Bone emojis that you can use in comments and live chat that look like this, priority reply to your YouTube comments from me, J-Bone, and more. And if you really want to support Formula Bone, less than $15 a month will get your name shouted out at the end of every one of my YouTube videos, just like how I shout out J-Bone, which I'll demonstrate right now by shouting out Mo and Joe Max's #1 hater Snow, both of whom are in the Super J-Bone tier. Thank you guys. A link to learn more about supporting Formula Bone by becoming a YouTube channel member is in the description of this video. Thank you for your consideration, and until next time, folks, J-Bone! J-Bone!